Have you noticed something strange? Buying an iPhone outright may soon become optional. Apple has officially introduced a new leasing program in the United States that lets customers lease premium iPhones, Macs, Apple Watches, and iPads instead of purchasing them. It sounds like leasing a car, but for your smartphone. And while it may seem like a simple payment option, analysts believe this could mark one of Apple's biggest business strategy shifts in years. Starting now, customers can lease devices through Apple in partnership with Klarna. Premium products including the iPhone 17 lineup, MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, iPad Pro, and Apple Watch Series 11 are eligible. Depending on the product, lease terms range from 12 to 36 months. Apple's entry-level devices, however, are excluded from the program, signaling that the company is targeting buyers of its highest margin products. What's especially interesting is the price difference. According to Apple, the most affordable iPhone lease starts at just $17.99 per month, far below the roughly $42 monthly payment of the previous iPhone upgrade program. On the surface, that makes Apple's newest technology feel much more accessible. But why is Apple making this change now? The answer lies in two major trends reshaping the tech industry. First, smartphones are becoming significantly more expensive. Apple recently raised prices on several Mac and iPad models because of memory shortages and increasing demand for components used in AI data centers. Tech Insights analyst Mike Howard recently warned that consumers should begin thinking about $100 iPhones rather than today's $1,000 to $200 flagship models. Second, people simply aren't upgrading as often. A survey by reviews.org found that the average American now keeps a smartphone for about 22 months. That's much longer than during the rapid upgrade cycles of the early smartphone era. Every extra month a customer delays upgrading represents potential lost revenue for Apple. Francisco Geronimo, an analyst at International Data Corporation, believes this new program arrives at exactly the right moment. Rather than convincing customers to spend over $1,000 at once, Apple is encouraging them to think about hardware the same way they think about streaming services, a predictable monthly subscription. It's a subtle but powerful psychological shift. Instead of asking, "Can I afford a $300 phone?" customers may begin asking, "Can I afford another $18 each month?" Those are very different purchasing decisions. The timing is equally significant. Apple's leasing program launches just weeks before its expected September product event, where industry reports suggest the company could unveil its first foldable iPhone, potentially the most expensive smartphone Apple has ever released. If premium devices continue climbing in price, leasing could become the preferred way for millions of consumers to access cutting-edge technology without paying the full cost upfront. Of course, leasing isn't automatically the better financial choice. Customers won't fully own the device during the lease period, and long-term costs may exceed purchasing outright, depending on how often they upgrade. For users who replace their devices every few years, buying may still provide better overall value. But from Apple's perspective, the strategy is clear. Leasing creates predictable recurring revenue, strengthens customer loyalty, and keeps users inside the Apple ecosystem for longer. The bigger story may not be that Apple is offering another payment option. It's that the company is quietly redefining what it means to own technology. If this model succeeds, the future of consumer electronics may look less like ownership and more like a collection of monthly subscriptions. And that raises one final question. Are we entering an era where we no longer buy our devices, we simply rent the future? If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science and technology discoveries.